Good evening. Today's date is April 8th, 2018. It's about 8:30 right now. And here at Encrypto, we're just bringing you all the updates from the cryptocurrency market with news, views, opinions, and where the market's currently sitting at. So please feel free to check us out at Encrypto on Facebook and also Encrypto. Well, Facebook, as long as it's going to be around. For those paying attention to the FANG stocks, there's a lot of things happening in the traditional Dow Jones Industrial Average stocks. Just a whole bunch of fireworks going on there right now. So who knows how long Facebook will be around. So we're probably going to look at some other platforms as well to start posting our information. But let's just jump right into the overall market cap. We're sitting at about $267 billion. Once again, it's still down, but Bitcoin dominance is at about 44.8%. And the top five, Bitcoin, is at about $7,779, up about 2%. Ethereum is at $404, up slightly at about 4.5%. Ripple is sitting at 50 cents, about up 3%. Bcash is at $657, up about 2.25%, and Litecoin is at $118, up about 1.67%. So those are the top five. Everything is looking green across the board. I know in the past few days we've seen more red, and I always encourage people not to get too discouraged or distracted with some of these prices because we are still in the speculation phase. The early adoption has not come in yet. So, if you see a fundamental coin and it is going to have a viable place in a new market, look at it and buy it cheap. These are always buying opportunities when you see a lot of red, not time for fear. I think Baron de Rothschild always said, buy when there's blood in the streets, which kind of brings me to a few of my articles I wanted to touch bases on. The first one is, I'm not sure if anybody's paying attention, about 2 or 3 days ago, talking about how George Soros prepares to trade cryptocurrencies. So we all probably knew he was already trading cryptocurrencies, but to openly make that announcement is I think, a big deal. And for those who are trading and looking at some of the market orders and the trading books, you see a lot of inflow coming into Bitcoin, and it kind of just paints the picture for who's doing what and what kind of whales are trying to influence or manipulate the market. But this article is coming from Bloomberg, so definitely a vetted source for those who don't like alternative media. But George Soros called cryptocurrencies a bubble in January. Now his $26 billion family office is planning to trade digital assets. Adam Fisher, who oversees macro investing in New York-based Soros Fund Management, got internal approval to trade virtual coins in the last few months, though he has yet to make a wager, according to people familiar with the matter. A spokesman declined to comment. Soros, speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, said digital coins cannot function as actual currencies because of their volatility, but he didn't predict that the hard tumble that some observers had forecast at the time. As long as you have dictatorships on the rise, you will have a different ending, because the rulers in those countries will turn to Bitcoin to build a nest egg abroad, Soros, 87, said on January 25th. Since the billionaire's investor made his comments, Bitcoin has fallen 41%. The asset's whipsaw ride over the past 6 months has caused some investors to doubt the value of trading it. Former hedge fund manager Mike Novogratz shelved plans to launch a crypto fund in December, shifting his efforts to a merchant bank focused on the cryptocurrencies and venture based on related technologies. So, once again, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but to openly have a whale like Soros, and I try and keep this channel as non-conspiratorial as possible, but look into George Soros, folks, if anybody has any questions about his humanitarian efforts or non-government organizations. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on behind the scenes for Soros, but to openly admit that he's getting involved in Bitcoin after bashing it, always pay attention to who bashes it and who buys it, and in what order they're talking about it. Jamie Dimon was pretty profound for knocking Bitcoin not too long ago, and then his company bought up big portions of it a few days later. So it's interesting to see Soros now. He's definitely one of the guys at the top to get involved. So pay attention. I have another article coming out of Bitcoin News on Bitcoin, basically following suit about Soros, but it says, first Soros, now Rockefellers move into cryptocurrency. First, if reports are to be believed, legendary investor George Soros was found to be investing in cryptocurrencies. Now Venrock, a $3 billion U.S. dollar venture capital firm owned by storied American family, the Rockefellers, have taken to crypto. First Soros, now Rockefellers, $3 billion firm to invest in crypto. Limited liability venture capital firm Venrock, a compound of venture and Rockefellers, turning its sight on cryptocurrency projects and markets. Famously an investment vehicle of Rockefeller family, the focus for Venrock since inception nearly half a century ago is technology and science. Their investments are a laundry list of dominant companies from Intel and Apple to AppNexus and Stratacom, among many others. Cryptocurrency seems like a logical progression, of course. In my opinion, it's these guys have really been the key holders for our current system. They're scared and they're hopping in now after bashing it and seeing that, you know, the things they're trying to say to put it down are not going anywhere, and it's only getting bigger. So they're trying to get on it. So something to pay attention to. Let's see. Though the firm might not move the needle so much in crypto circles, at least at first, the family carries a certain cash with Americans. They're best known for Standard Oil, which not only grew out of the late 19th and 20th centuries to confer their family's previous unheard of levels of wealth, but also subject to landmark Supreme Court decisions concerning monopolies. The family's holdings are vast, as the tour of New York City would reveal. Rockefeller Center, Museum of Modern Art, to the former World Trade Centers. They have also served in high government posts, from Vice President of the United States to Senator, and everywhere in between. So, I mean, I'll let you guys read this article. I'll put a link below, but one of the wealthiest families in the United States. There's a lot of research for folks to do, just to look at what families basically help set up things like the Federal Reserve and certain companies and businesses which have become foundations for some of the institutions we have today. So first Soros, now Rockefeller. I mean, these are things to pay attention to, and they're getting into cryptocurrency. So for those who do not believe this is going anywhere, why would the wealthiest families in the U.S. be getting involved in this? These are just questions to ask yourself. Moving over to regulation, another article coming out of CCN. The SEC chair says not all ICOs are frauds. So recently, I think we did have Tezos was one ICO that's recently having some issues, and then Centra, their founders were just arrested. But the SEC chairman is basically saying not all ICOs are going to be fraudulent. Let's see. Jay Clayton, the chairman of the SEC, said contrary to speculation, the SEC does not believe that all initial coin offerings are fraudulent. Absolutely not. Clayton said when he asked if the SEC's recent crackdown on ICO signals such a stance. Clayton made the remarks during a speech on cryptocurrency and initial coin offerings at Princeton University on April 5th. Clayton said stamping out fraud in the cryptocurrency market is critical to protect consumers. He also said increased regulatory scrutiny will actually benefit the industry by ridding it of fraudsters and scam artists who give the entire space a bad name. Let's see. So that's, once again, another good thing, in my opinion, to have the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, not bashing the whole cryptocurrency space. You know, they're going to be fraudsters. There's going to be people who are trying to get ahead by ripping people off, but their stance from the chairman sounds to be pretty positive. Not pretty positive, but just positive enough where it's not all negative. Let's see, what else do we have here? And the last one for the day, also coming out of CCN, Pakistan Central Bank bans banks from cryptocurrency ICO transactions. This says Pakistan Central Bank has told banks and other financial services providers not to support virtual currency transactions. State Bank of Pakistan advised the general public in a statement on its website and in a tweet that it regulates both domestic and international payment and money transfers. Pakistan's announcement on Friday follows one by India's central bank from having any links to virtual currency dealers, which immediately slashed cryptocurrency prices on local exchanges. Let's see. Transfers could bring prosecution. Let's see. Anyone using virtual currencies to transfer funds outside Pakistan could be prosecuted, according to Pakistani PK. Any person found using virtual currencies, coins, or tokens for the purpose of transferring money outside Pakistan will be subject to prosecution as per applicable laws. The SBP also asked commercial and microfinance banks, as well as payment system operators and payment service providers, not to facilitate account holders seeking to carry out transactions in the form of ICO tokens and cryptocurrencies. So, I mean, we have another country taking its hardline stance for regulating or banning or whatever the case may be. So India was another one. I think as we find this technology is not going anywhere, in fact, it's going to grow. Those who do not adopt it will be kind of left behind, U.S. included. So it's just interesting to see, as the lines are drawn in the sand, who's taking what stance. But all very interesting articles. And I think the big ones here, though, are basically Soros and the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers. Just think about that. How long have they been around and they're getting in on cryptocurrencies? So something to think about. Please do feel free to check us out once again at Facebook. I will link the articles below, and please feel free to like or dislike as you see fit and comment. Do thank you guys for your time, and have a nice night. Bye-bye.